man. Whew, you know what I'm talking about? It's your partner, man. You know what I'm talking about? What's good with the people, man? You know what I'm talking about? How's y'all doing on this sensible Saturday? Say sensible Saturday. What you talking about? We gonna get into it, but before I do that, what's good? People like hee ha ha, Ken in the pen. All my folks incarcerated, all my folks who ain't everybody on the bottom of that thing, everybody on top of that thing. Keep the head up, keep pushing. We gonna get through it to get to it, man. You know what I'm talking about? Did I say Ken in the pen? If I didn't, go get that stick up in stores now. You go get you some more 76 MacArthur. Giants League is what I'm talking about. 82nd Hillside. Barbershop. They say somebody putting them in their stores in the hundreds. Thank you, young man. Now you know you come get them things from me. But if all else fails, make sure you go to Amazon and copy a hardback. You know what I'm talking about? Funky Diatron. Stick up in stores now. Worldwide INC. Worldwide Incorporated, worldwide, man. They say what that mean. Hey, it means everybody. You say what, bro? Everybody included. You know what I'm talking about? Worldwide. Everybody included, man. And Dugu, Mike, Lil Rue. Not Lil Rue, Lil Rue. I say Cutthroat. Tata the player, that's who comes next. Same thing, bro. Everybody on the bottom of that thing, everybody on top of that thing. Keep their head up. Keep pushing. We gonna get through it to get to it, man. Man, y'all know my disclaimers, man. You know what I'm talking about. Brothers on the go, man. I don't promote nothing. I don't promote no drug users, drug sellers, alcohol consumption. Don't take a sip of sippers. No crime. I don't promote him. I'm talking about no violence, no domestic violence. Keep your hands off the people. I don't promote no negativity. No, man. All I promote is y'all go ahead, do what you're going to do with your time, young ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you find the right thing to do with your time, young ladies and gentlemen. We don't know how much of it we get, man. But good brother like myself, man, I'm not prejudiced. No, I ain't got nothing against sexually different. No, I ain't got nothing against little people. No, I ain't got nothing against nobody, man. I love everybody, man. You know what I'm talking about? Matter of fact, I'm on a quest. You know what I'm talking about? Bring that peace. You know what I'm talking about? That joy. You know what I'm talking about? That love. Who'd you say read that love? Back to YouTube community. You want me to check it out, man? All right, check it out. Psst, psst, psst. Come fuck with a nigga one time. Man, what's good with the people, man? You know what I'm talking about? I say, what's good with it, bro? I ain't gonna be up here that long, man. They say, bro, how you up here fucking with it this morning, man? Sensible. You say sensible? What you talking about? Just that sensible? You know what I'm talking about? They say, no, I don't know what you're talking about, bro. Listen, folks. It's cool to be sensible. Coffee Chronicles. Matter of fact, do you understand that you can be sensible? You know how like when motherfuckers come around, they not sensible. Do you realize you could do the other? You know what I'm talking about? You don't have to come around all. I don't really want to say ignorant or whatever, because as people, we all got our different understanding. We just do. We got our different understanding. We see shit different. We take shit different. And I'm just saying at the end of the day, bro, ain't nothing wrong with just being sensible. And that always takes me back to a time I was in jail. I told y'all about. I got a story about this, where they had them tickets. And them niggas had a game on there that wouldn't even like they had somebody that wouldn't even playing each other and shit. You know what I'm talking about? So I hit, but that game right there was the only one that you know what I'm talking about? So I hit a like a $30 fire teamer or some shit like that. But them niggas was talking about they wasn't paying nobody because I don't know, them niggas just took a stand like, man, we ain't paying nobody, man, fuck it. So we went out to the yard the next day, you know what I'm talking about, to talk about the pecans. You know what I'm talking about? So I tell y'all, my partner Philly, Ryan Ross, man, shout out Philly. He said, DB, look, man. He said, now you know they out of pocket, man. Come on, man. DB, we know what's going on. He said, DB. He said, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? I said, huh? He said, because now, if you want to be right, bro, we just going to lay the yard down. You know what I'm talking about? Coffee Chronicles. But if you want to be happy, say, man, the people made a mistake, folks. You get what I'm saying? They owe you 30. Just tell the people to give you 15. Everybody happy. Guess what? Deal. Everybody happy. You know what I'm talking about? And sometimes like it's like we don't do that because like I told you, as people we just do shit our own way. We see shit different. We feel different ways. You know what I'm talking about? But at the end of the day, it ain't nothing wrong with being sensible. See, we be the definition of all that shit. We be trying to put on everybody else. We actually be the definition of that shit. Cause we really be the definition of a spite, uneasy, confusion. You know what I'm talking about, and all that shit right there. Cause we really don't even be trying to get to the bottom of shit. We just be trying to argue points. You know what I'm talking about? I'm just trying to. I'm gonna throw a whole bunch of shit up here to show you how I'm right. You know what I'm talking about? Because it's so important for us to be right and you to be wrong. I told you so. And on this sensible Saturday, I'm just gonna say, bruh, ain't nothing wrong with just being sensible. You know what I'm talking about? Like I said, I've been going through some shit, man, and I've just been thinking a lot about myself. And some shit I wanna change about myself. You know what I'm talking about? And that's how I operate, bruh. I don't really never come up with nothing. I need you to change. Everything that you know what I'm talking about? Because if you just sensible with yourself, folks, like if you think you gonna go around and live this world, bruh, and you think you gonna get everybody somehow, you gonna mold everybody into doing what you want them to do and see shit the way, that's not gonna happen, folks. And if you think like that, you finna most likely be running around here in hella debates. It's just gonna be it ain't gonna never be right. You know what I'm talking about? And I think that's our problem, that we don't be sensible. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't even think we be wanting to get to the bottom of shit. Like I was explaining the other day, and that's what's just fucked up out here, bruh. Because we go around now and we just got a motherfucking tablet that we just write shit down on, and we just come back to use that shit at a later date whenever it's necessary. Coffee Chronicles. You know what I'm talking about? And when you live like that, bruh, I'm gonna tell you, you can if you want to, bruh, but you not gonna be live life just collecting bullshit. And I don't understand. Do you realize the same way you could you collect bullshit that you could collect peace? I mean, you could collect solid shit. You don't have to you don't have to think about the bad times. You know what I'm talking about? You can actually think about the good times. Because now what we actually do, we don't never think about the good times. We'll have, say we didn't have 100 times, bruh. We'll have 4 bad times. You know what I'm talking about? We'll have 96 good times, but all we want to talk about is them 4 bad times. And when you think like that, I told you I'm a glass half full kind of guy, man. You know what I'm talking about? And when you think like that, the bad times always gonna outweigh the good, even if the good really outweighed the bad. It could just be a little bad, and you gonna magnify that shit. You know what I'm talking about? And just to keep it real, you don't really get nowhere wanting to be right. All you gonna get, I guess, is you gonna get the feeling of being, but you really not gonna get nowhere wanting to be right. Because if you one of them people that want to be right, you always gonna want to be right. So it ain't just this one incident. You know what I'm talking about? You always gonna be right. Every time you open your mouth, you right. I told you so. And all that old shit right there. And that's really not no good way to be. It might work for you, but like that, you not ever gonna get nothing done like that. That's the type of shit to where we not even gonna be able to have a sensible conversation. You get what I'm saying? Because as soon as you hear somebody disagree with whatever you saying, you I do this shit a lot. I get irritated as a motherfucker, start getting loud, I get irate hella quick. You know what I'm talking about? That's one of the things I want to change. You know what I'm talking about? I want to work on myself. You know what I'm talking about? We get to talking, you fuck around, say some shit I don't like or something, there you go, man. We yelling and screaming, like that shit ain't really cool. That ain't communication no more. That's just feelings. And if you just being sensible, bruh, like in life, shit just is what it is, bro. You just gotta let it be that. If you don't let it be that, you're gonna end up holding on to shit that's like it's just like holding on to spoiled milk. You know what I'm talking about? That shit ain't no more good, but you still carrying it around. You got cartons of that shit. Gallons even. You know what I'm talking about? You just gotta let shit be what it be. That's why it's really good, man. This is why I've always been like this. I ain't bullshitting with you. I'm not the motherfucker that could just sit there, bro, when shit happened and not do what I was gonna do when shit happened. You know what I'm talking about? If some shit happened and I didn't do what I felt that like I needed to do, bro, it's like that shit I won't be able to rest. I'm telling you, I can't feel like you did something or you checked me something. I told y'all, nigga, I was up in the casino with that motherfucking the security guard. When I said something, the nigga said, "What?" And I didn't say nothing. Man, that shit bothered the fuck. That shit bothered me so much, bro. I walked back up to that nigga and told him I was talking to him. Hey, bro, I was talking to you, folks. That nigga said, "Man, why you say something now?" Cause that shit just bothered me, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? That shit just bothered me. You know what I'm talking about? That shit bothered my soul as a man. So I had to go back up there to that nigga and said, "You know what, bro? I was talking to you. I don't even know why I didn't say nothing at that time, but that's why I say shit. That's why I just say shit when that shit is happening. Cause that type of shit'll eat me up, bro. I ain't bullshitting with you. And when shit like that eat you up, that's how you going in the direction of putting the invisible pressure on yourself. That's why it's just good to get that shit out the way. Because if you don't, you'll just sit around this motherfucker and build up hella resentment. You will. You never gonna like people. You not. Because they didn't always did something you didn't really like. But that's what we just missing in the world is communication. But the thing is, it's like we don't even want to communicate. We cool with yelling at each other and shit. We cool with just always into it and debating and shit. That ain't it, y'all. I ain't bullshitting with you. You ain't gonna get nowhere like that, folks. I'm telling you, that shit the equivalent. This shit used to happen a lot back in the day when you'll be funking or something. Like you'll be out there with a bitch or a nigga or something, bro. You'll be arguing about, I don't know, the Tampa or something. Nigga, you'll be talking about, man, let me hit the weed. You'll be just meaningless ass, like little back and forth. Nigga, somebody come through there knocking. Ain't nobody paying attention. And that shit kind of equivalent to that. You know what I'm talking about? You sitting over here back and forth over some petty shit. And some serious shit happen that you ain't even paying attention to. Cause that's all petty shit does. It distracts you. And we living in the days where we make petty shit big. And if I would say one of my motherfucking true attributes, besides being a hell of a motherfucker, it would be I could just let shit be what it is, folks. You know what I'm talking about? I can also hold a grudge. But I could just let shit be what it is, bruh. You get what I'm saying? Like it's just what it is and it ain't no more. You just gotta look at that shit. You know what I'm talking about? And you just gotta I mean you don't have to, but at the end of the day, if you going back and forth with somebody, bruh, especially somebody you say you love or you got love for, or y'all just cool or some shit like that, man. If y'all even have a disagreement, it should be like it should be a way y'all could get to the bottom of it, or just agree to disagree. You know what I mean? But it's like we not sensible no more on this sensible Saturday. We not. We on some I'm gonna cut my nose off to spite my face type shit, bruh. and that shit not cool. And like, as I ain't really talking about the kids, but just us grown people, we do that shit too much, y'all. We just react, bro. We be moving way too much off of being angry, mad. We just be moving way too much, not sensible. You know what I'm talking about? The moment we get mad, we trying to get a lick. Yeah, the moment we get mad, we trying to get a lick back. Or we'll just nigga, you'll do some shit we don't like, nigga, and we'll just hold on to that shit. Like we don't never give you like we just don't never let shit grow. The moment you do something we don't like, nigga, we like that's when time stop. You get what I'm saying? And it's like from that moment right there, nigga, the first time you did something I don't like now, that's my whole perception. You know what I'm talking about? I don't like you. You know what I'm talking about? You ain't even really gave a motherfucker a chance. And 9 times out of 10, it be some shit you done took wrong. You know what I'm talking about? It really don't be nothing wrong with people. But for some reason, it's like we try to make shit. We give people labels. We love to say somebody acting funny, somebody hating, somebody doing this, somebody. We good for that, bruh. And I just be wanting to know why we always talking about what somebody else doing. What are we doing? Because if you ever peep, it's just you talking about everybody else. Everybody else don't even be talking about you. And we do that too much. But that's what comes like when you watch people, especially when you watch people with disdain. You will never come to a sensible outcome. The moment you don't like somebody, they can't do no right in your eyes, folks. Everything they do, you gonna criticize. Everything they do, you gonna be looking to fuck with them about. You gonna be looking to downplay her, and that shit just crazy. Y'all hold on. Yeah, bro, right back up on you real wide. It's your partner, man. You know what I'm talking about? Sensible Saturday, man. And on some real shit, that's why love is kind of like y'all might not look at it like you ain't gotta agree with me. You know what I'm talking about? Brett just pops his shit. You know what I'm talking about? This is the way I see shit. But love is so dangerous, bro, because like if you love something, like love will come with a guilt. Like if you love something, whatever you love can make you feel guilty. On some real shit. That's why that shit dangerous. That's why people just dangerous now. You know what I'm talking about? That's why the only thing you really gotta watch is yourself. You know what I'm talking about? Don't override your common sense. But just sensible, man, because I see a lot of shit that motherfuckers don't even be wanting to get to the bottom to. You know what I'm talking about? That's just like an endless conversation. That's just like a nigga that always want to argue you about I don't know, LeBron is better than Michael Jordan. You know what I'm talking about? It ain't even no way you can get to the bottom of that argument. Because it's what you think against what I think. We ain't gonna never agree on that. You know what I'm talking about? It's like one of them conversations. And just on some real shit, we should, it seemed like we should want to get to it just seemed like we should want to get to it like an even ground or something. You know what I'm talking about? I just don't get all the back and forth. I don't. Like I said, that shit don't get nothing accomplished, folks. But us as people, we don't be sensible, bro, just to keep it real. Somebody gonna say, bro, you ranting. I'm gonna say, fuck you. You know what I'm talking about? That's what I was gonna say. Just as, like people, folks. It's like we living in the days of the chaos. So the louder you is, the more confusion going on. You know what I'm talking about? It's like that's what's gonna get you the quick attention. That ain't even really how you handle business, bro. You can't even really handle business where it's loud at. Why you think them people used to come out back in the day talking about get from in front of their motherfucking store with that radio and shit? You know what I'm talking about? You just can't be loud, bro, when you handling business. It ain't even that, bro. You can't handle business if you don't know how to gauge people. If we handling business, you can't be the motherfucker that's always coming around talking about, I don't know, just fucking the business up. We can't handle business because you always taking something wrong. You always trying to accuse somebody of trying to get over, or You don't really know how to talk to people. You really, you know what I'm talking about? Because we got that bad as people. I'm telling you, we not sensible, bruh. We have a problem with trying to talk to you real rough. You know what I'm talking about? We be real smart at the mouth. But we have a problem with trying to talk to you real rough, like you owe us some respect or something. Like we can talk to you nasty and be like assholes and all shitty and shit, and somehow you not supposed to if this is the right word, reciprocate that same like energy. Like you could just say a whole bunch of shit out your mouth and everybody else, like that shit don't make no sense. It ain't sensible. You know what I'm talking about? But we have a problem with that. And I told you, uh, one of the biggest problems man, this ain't even no problem. This is just some old hoe ass shit y'all be doing. But one of the things that's real popular now, and I've been telling y'all this, is doing shit on purpose, acting like it's an accident. We just went back to kids, bruh. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, we just went back to kids. Coffee Chronicles. But just sensible, man. I don't know. I guess we could just do better, man. You know what I'm talking about? You gotta start with yourself, though. I told you, man, going through all this shit, I see some shit about myself that, like I wanna change, man. But at the end of the day, folks, if we just being sensible, shit just is what it is, folks. And then there'd never be no more than that. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I don't know. It's like we need something to talk about, so we continue. It's just like say me and you living together, nigga, and my whole thing is talking about you. So it's like I got to keep on finding new shit to talk about you about. One day I'm talking about how you don't wash dishes. The next day I'm talking about how your music too loud. But like I always got to find something to talk about you. You know what I'm talking about? When you really ain't doing nothing, you just being you. I'm just over there watching you, complaining about everything you doing. You know what I'm talking about? Cause like I say, man, it be shit that motherfucker don't even be wanting to get to the bottom of. Other like, how can we? Do you want to be right? You want to be happy? That's what they asked me a long time ago. And that's all I'm saying. You can tell a motherfucker, hey man, give me a ride, and the motherfucker say, man, I'm finna go to work or something. But another motherfucker say, I'll give you a ride. Now your problem is solved right there. But somehow you still fucking with this motherfucker who had to go to work. Now another motherfucker the other motherfucker told you they'll give you a ride. You dig what I'm saying? But you still up here talking about how this other motherfucker who said they gotta go to work is acting funny. You get what I'm saying? Your problem is actually solved. You just want to keep some shit in the air. Do you get what I'm saying? And as people, especially men, uh, we do that shit right there too much. Like we be having a solution right there, but we really don't be looking for the solution. We be ready to I don't know, nigga. Just sit around this motherfucker argue and debate, want to point something out you doing. And that shit right there is just not sensible, bruh. You feel me? You don't even like why you don't need a ride from this motherfucker, bruh. You was looking for a ride home. A motherfucker just said, I'll give you a ride. You know what I'm talking about? Come on, I'm going that way. And you still talking about the nigga who had to go to work is acting funny. That's just like, and we have the desire just to talk about people because you have to be doing something. You got to be acting funny or you got to be hating or, you know what I'm talking about? But that shit only comes about when you won't do what we want you to do. Y'all hear Penny over there hiccuping and shit, snoring. But I don't know, y'all. Sensible Saturday. We could I don't know. We could just do better. We don't have to sit around and pick with one another, y'all. We don't have to I could have swore it was. Watch that there. Here we go. But just sensible, bro. Cause we don't even be trying to be reasonable. We don't. It's like we don't even be trying to, like I said, come to a conclusion or come or get to the bottom of something. It seems like we just try to throw more gasoline on the fire. You know what I'm talking about? And I guess sometimes that shit cool. But at the end of the day, bro, all you ever gonna have, like I said, is your circle, your immediate, like just the people, you know what I'm talking about, that you could depend on and trust and shit. You only gonna get so many of them kind of people in a lifetime, folks. So I don't really get why uh, we be acting like good people is just everywhere around this motherfucker. You know what I'm talking about? I don't. I think, like I said, I just think we could do better. You don't have to communicate and mess. You don't. You don't have to communicate and mess. You don't always have to accuse somebody or something. You like, like you got to realize this. If you have trust issues, that's your problem. If you paranoid, that's your problem. That ain't on nobody else. Because if you got trust issues and you paranoid, like you gonna be that way everywhere you go. So everywhere you go, you not gonna trust something or you gonna be paranoid about something because this is the way you think. This is the way you see life. And as people, we come around and we act like that shit has something to do with you also. We act like because we this way, you have to do something. You know what I'm talking about? You have to do something to get like make us feel better. And I think that's where we go wrong as people. You know what I'm talking about? And that's just like the old saying when they used to be like, bruh, if you gonna go somewhere where you need a gun, you don't need to go there. Even though you probably need a gun everywhere you go. But I don't promote gun violence. Just on some real shit. You know what I'm talking about? Like I said, it's sensible Saturday. They only sensible Saturday. You know what I'm talking about? It doesn't always have. Oh shit. They jumped on them niggas quick. That nigga must have ran that motherfucker back. Uh, you don't have to I don't even know what word I'm looking for. But you don't have to be the like you don't have to be in the you don't have to adopt the ways of all these people, folks. You don't have to do that shit. You just don't. You don't have all this shit you be seeing on TV and shit in the way. You don't have to come around your folks and do that shit, bro. You don't have to try to emulate that shit in real life. You don't, folks. You know what I'm talking about? You don't, cause there really don't be no problems like that. And I'm finna get up out of here, but I just don't understand like because we run around this motherfucker talking about love. You know what I'm talking about? And don't nobody love like. But every time we talking about love. It's like we always talking about how somebody ain't gave us our love. You can't count love. You know what I'm talking about? Love is just love. And if you counting love, you ain't the one that's giving love. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, if you count love, you ain't the one that's giving love. You just doing shit to see if somebody, how they react. You sitting around watching motherfuckers. Because when you that motherfucker right there, you'll just create a situation just to see what the motherfucker gonna say. And if a motherfucker don't reply, you'll get mad on some imaginary shit. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, love is love, folks. You know what I'm talking about? It ain't about it's just love, folks. It ain't about what I did for you. You did this, that. It ain't about all that, bro. It's just love. You know what I'm talking about? You don't count love. You just give it. You know what I'm talking about? And I'm gonna leave y'all with this one right here because it seems like the people who like just always talking about people and just always got something to say about people and shit, them be the same people. If you was to say something about them, they would have a motherfucking fit. They'll be talking about how you talking about them and how you hating on them and everybody. Like, I don't get y'all with that shit. If you can't stand when people talk about you, it's like it would seem like you wouldn't even talk about people. It just seemed like you'll be ready to give what you want. But we ain't never ready to do that, you know what I'm talking about? And that's how we got unbalanced. But what do I know? Only you. You know what I'm talking about? Could prevent forest fires, man. And with that one right there, you don't remember nothing else. Always remember, it don't cost nothing. Just show a little bit of that little worldwide in this thing, man. It's your partner.